The Tecno Camon 40 series just launched now in Nigeria, and in this new lineup there are 4 smartphones: the Camon 40, Camon 40 Pro, Camon 40 Pro 5G and the Camon 40 Premier. All these phones are very exciting in their own ways, and in this video I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about every single one of them. The last one in particular got me excited a lot, and I believe it will impress you as well. So let's start off with the first smartphone on this list, the vanilla Camon 40. This smartphone retails at a minimum of about 275,000 naira, $180, and for that price you get a 1080p AMOLED panel with a 120Hz refresh rate. Now, I wasn't that impressed with this display for 2 reasons. One is that if you are basically coming from last year's Camon 30, these are basically the same screens and not much of an upgrade. But the second reason is much worse, which is that a lot of lower priced phones now come with the same display. I'm talking about phones like the Tecno Spark 30 Pro, the Itel S25 Ultra and the Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus. Not only that, another area which I felt could have been better is the chipset. The Camon 40 is powered by the MediaTek Helio G100 Ultimate, and though that is a really good chipset in of itself, it's almost the same level of power as last year's Helio G99 Ultimate, which powered the Camon 30. But before I call this Camon 40 a waste of time, I have noticed a few other things which is quite the improvement from last year. First is the software. The Camon 40 comes with Android 15 straight out of the box, which is pretty good when you compare it to last year, and very good when you check out its key features, and by that I'm talking about AI. I mean, there's so much to talk about, I can't even cover it in this video. So subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out on my full review of the Camon 40. In addition to all of that, you get a 5200 mAh battery with 45W fast charging, as well as a 15MP camera setup with optical image stabilization. Now to the next smartphone, the Camon 40 Pro. When I first looked at the Camon 40 Pro, nothing about this phone screamed Pro. Not only does it look exactly like the regular Camon 40, it also has almost the same exact spec sheet. Immediately I wanted to give up on the phone, but then I saw a feature which is just too good to ignore, and that's the cameras. First is the fact that on this phone, Tecno decided to keep the 50MP selfie camera, which they had removed on the regular Camon 40 for some reason. And second is, unlike the 2K video resolution limit on the Camon 40, this 40 Pro can now shoot up to 4K, which is much better than most. Now, I would have thought about the Camon 40 Pro 5G. However, because it's not a really important phone, I'll just quickly run through it. If put side by side with the Camon 40 Pro, these two are basically the same phone, with the only differences being the MediaTek Dimensity 7300, which allows the 5G model to support 5G in the first place, and a 144Hz refresh rate, which the other doesn't have. But considering the nature of this phone, it won't even be available in Nigeria because Nigeria doesn't really have 5G infrastructure, so it will be pretty useless. That leaves us with the Tecno Camon 40 Premier, and this is arguably the finest smartphone in this lineup. Just take a look at its spec sheet. A Quad HD LTPO AMOLED panel with a 144Hz refresh rate and Gorilla Glass protection. Now, one really exciting thing about this phone is that it comes with a flagship level water resistant rating, which guarantees that if it somehow falls into water, it will be fine with no issues. It's powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 8350, which is a 4nm chipset backed by up to 12GB of RAM and 256GB of internal storage. It also has a 5100 mAh battery, which is slightly smaller than the other phones, but it makes up for that with 70W fast charging. And somehow, that's not even the best bit about this phone. On this phone, we are getting 3 50MP cameras on the rear, which consists of a main camera, an ultra wide camera and a telephoto camera, along with a 50MP selfie camera. All cameras both on the rear and on the front can shoot high quality 4K video with optical image stabilization. Earlier I said some phones' displays were just as good as that of the Camon 40. Those phones are the Tecno Spark 30 Pro, the Itel S25 Ultra and the Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus. Click any card on the screen and I'll tell you all about it.